Okay, this next one is the part number 9, which is the crankshaft, and this is it's a little bigger part. It's a little more complicated than the last two, so we'll get right into it. First thing we need to do is create kind of a little offset flywheel on here. It's going to be the main portion of it, so we'll just start with a circle. I'm going to use my ZX plane, and this has a diameter of 1.5. And we're going to extrude that a distance of, has a thickness of 0.375. Okay. Now the main shaft on this, we're going to go right back to the original. I guess we can go back to this original plane. Get it to lock. There we go. I'm going to put a circle, and the diameter of this is 0.4972. We'll take our extrusion tool, wait and hit the right mouse button, and I want this region right here. Hit enter. And we're going to extrude this out a distance of 5.1 inch. 5.1. Okay. Now the next part of this is a little bit more complicated. We're going to work off this end. We need an offset post that's going to come out to hook on to the crankshaft, or not the crankshaft, but the piston arm. So we're going to work off from this face. I'm going to do a Control H so I can work right off this plane. I'm just going to start with a circle, and I'm going to come down here near the bottom, and the diameter of this circle is 0.5. So I'm just going to key this in. We'll key in 0.5. Okay. And I want to, I'm going to extrude this first, I guess. And this only gets extruded 0.425. So again, wait, select the region, hit enter. We're going to key in 0.425. That looks like it's too big. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Looking for the dimension on here. Overall it's 0.425, but the buggers didn't put a dimension on here, whoever did this one, so I can figure it out. It's going to be right click on this. I'm going to escape out of this for a second. And we'll cipher this out on paper. You can hear me furiously ciphering. 0.2. Hopefully that's right. All right. Still looks bigger than the drawing, so bear with me again. I'm still not happy. Bad math, sorry. Point one. Much better. Okay. Now, I want to make sure this is this distance should be 0.468. Okay. And I want to make sure this is centered. So I'm going to go from this center point looks like she's lined up. I just wanted to make sure, so I'm gonna and it looks like it's off. No, just my eyes, sorry. Better be safe than sorry, I guess. Alright, so now on the face of this, sorry for the delay again, but I like to make sure it's right. We're going to come right off this face. We'll lock on it onto the center. We're going to put in a diameter of 0.3725. And we're going to extrude that. A distance of 0.425. Okay. And now this has a threaded hole drilled all the way through it. So we're going to take our hole tool. It's going to be a threaded hole. It's going to be a 1/4-28 UNF. And it's going to go all the way through. We'll say hit OK. And there we have it. I'm just going to move it up towards the edge so it'll find that center point. And there's our hole. We should see it coming out the back end. So when you build this, you're going to thread it. Now on the other end, this piece is just solid. So there is our crankshaft. We're going to go change our materials because this is steel. And we'll go check our file properties. It's not a post, it is crank shaft. Oops. And this will be document 9 or project 9. We'll say OK, and we'll do a file save. I'm going to switch my windows to my drawing file. We're going to grab our view wizard, select our part 9 crankshaft, and I think I want, let's say, the front view. Yes. This one should be at 1:1, just because we got the length on it. So I'm going to put that here, and we're going to pull this out to the side, and there's our side view. So we'll start by dimensioning the holes, and we're going to clear this, and we're going to put under the suffix depth THRU, hit apply, OK, and we're going to grab that thread right there. It's not giving us. I think there's actually a hole call out. That's what we want. You notice when I came up here, there's actually a hole call out, so I don't have to put that stuff in there. It's a 1/4-28 UNF depth through. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to put the diameter for the outside of this unit, 1.500. We're going to come over here. We're going to put the outside dimensions between this line and this line at 0.500. And then we're going to do a limit. This is going to be a limit of 0.0009. Methinks 4 decimal places. So we'll go from here, whoops, from here to here. I really don't like the way this is showing up on here, so I'm not going to do it that way. We'll do it on this one. Whoever drew that, I think he stole it from somebody. Use our smart dimension, set it to 4 decimal places, 0.3734, and we'll put it down. That looks nicely balanced. That's better. Obviously, who did that was a... And this one does not need just a nominal dimension. That was the dimension they were missing before. And you go through all kinds of arithmetic. And we need a center line between this line and this line. And between this line and this line. Put our center marks on here. And another center line between this line and this line. Oh yeah. And then we want to dimension from this point to this point, 0.458. And for some reason it should be 0.468. So I'm going to have to go back and fix the model on that. So we'll finish this first. This one actually has a limit. Upper limit is going to be 8, and 8 is 16, 0.0016. And that's the 4 decimal places. I could flip that. I'm going to put it out here, and then I'm going to grab and I'll just bring it in there. Hate it being too close to the end of the... That'll work. Okay. Now this needs to be 0.468, so I'm not sure why that's different. It says 0.468 here, but check that dimension over here. 0.468. Huh. So I'm gonna assume maybe one of these is off a little bit. So I'm gonna take this one and delete it. And we'll try a center line. There it is. Just had that center line off just a little bit. 0.468. I think it's because when you look at this closely, those outside threads might be off just a hair when it does the illustration. So by selecting the inside lines, it seems to work better. Okay, everything else down here, I'm going to go through my little checklist. I should go back to my and we'll do a, this is front view, and this would be right side have to really zoom in on that, make sure you've spelled it right. Okay, and that is it for the crankshaft. We'll do a now let's be a little funky. I'm just going to go to my view wizard I want to bring in an isometric at 1 to 2. Just going to put it right up here in this corner. And I want to put it shaded. And we'll put a little title on that. It just says underneath that I'm going to put a little note that is half scale. It says NTS. NTS means not to scale. Very good. File save. Do a file save here. And we are done with part number 9. Thank you.